Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Jeremy Baltimore, aka Joe, and I am bringing it to everyone here that this is the very first edition of Nerd Rage. So basically, this show is the viewer's choice on everything from WWE to TNA to Ring of Honor to Lucha Underground to the new Indiana Jones movie starring what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh yeah, that's the name. Dave Batista. Oh no. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Calm down. The dude who is supposed to be playing Indiana Jones in the reboot movie is Chris Pratt, who also played Star Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a movie I've yet to sit down and watch. Don't worry, I might sit down and watch it sometime over the weekend if I can actually find a copy, but who knows? So from movies to wrestling to video games to TV shows to people in general and everything under the sun. Now, so it's only fitting that for the very first edition of Nerd Rage, I thought that I would sit down and cover the biggest event in sports entertainment for 2015, or in most people's cases, one of the worst matches or events in sports entertainment history, which happened this past Sunday. This past Sunday was the Royal Rumble, which is basically the equivalent of 30 men all playing The Floor is Lava at the exact same time. Now, it's funny because I actually used that joke before with one of my friends and it became popular. And in all honesty, calling the Royal Rumble basically a 30-man version of The Floor is Lava is actually kind of true. So basically, the general gist of the Royal Rumble is either 30 to 40 men all fighting at once inside a ring, and the first thing you have to, the whole object of it is to throw your opponent over the ropes and have both feet hit the ground. If it's one foot, then they're still in, but it actually has to be both feet. So, now the pay per view has some high points in it, which I'm going to cover later on in this video. One of the high points of it was Brock Lesnar retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. As Paul Heyman would say, Barack Lesnar. Yes, somewhat similar to Barack Obama, but all you mainly have to do is just drop the Obama and just stick Lesnar right in his place. So yeah, that's what you get. You drop Obama and stick Lesnar right there, and you have that name. So, but yes, the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar has retained the belt over WWE's version of Superman and John Cena, and the and in my view, a guy who is a complete and total badass inside the ring by the name of Seth Rollins, who formerly was known as Tyler Black. Now, for those of you watching who have no clue who the hell Tyler Black is, I suggest you go up to the the little search bar on YouTube and type in Tyler Black Ring of Honor. And basically, you can actually over there see what exactly or who exactly Seth Rollins was prior to WWE, because he's still the same guy, but in Ring of Honor he had straight black hair. In WWE, for some unknown reason, he decided to dye part of his hair blonde or gold or whatever the hell you want to call it. Now, the night kicked off with a pre-show, which is basically Vince McMahon's way of screwing the paying fans out of a match we probably really wanted to see. Now, the match that was on the pre-show consisted of two men. It was a tag team match between Claudio Castagnoli and TJ Wilson. Wait, no, my bad, read that wrong. Their names now are Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, and they are currently known as the masters of the WWE universe. And it's funny because we now view Tyson Kidd as a singles wrestler. And the funniest thing is nobody, and I mean nobody, actually remembers Tyson Kidd was formerly like a 2, 3 time tag team champion, holding the gold with was it Davey Hart Smith's son, David Hart Smith, the Davy boy, David, one of them. I wanted to call him the British Bulldog, but no, that's not him. And they are facing off against a team known as the New Day, which is Kofi Kingston, Biggie Langston, and a guy who's currently known in WWE as Xavier Woods. For those people who don't know who the hell he is and just think he's just some random as fuck um, NXT guy who was brought up or wasn't even ready. Prior to NXT and WWE, he was in TNA. He was under the name of Consequence Creed. And I guess that's kind of a playoff of the Rocky star Apollo Creed. I believe that's his name. I never really watched the Rocky movies, so forgive me if I might have butchered the name, but yeah. So anyway, the match ended with Cesaro and Kidd, or as they like to be called, the Masters of the WWE Universe, secured the win over a New Day and over a New Day, Biggie and Kofi. So now that match over, and I'm sure everyone is like, "Yay! Now we can go home. No more Royal Rumble." But wait, that is not true. That was just the kickoff match. That was the pre-show. So yeah, that was the match they show, which you can only catch on like Yahoo or YouTube or some other bullshit little app thingy they made or they joined with in order to get people to shell out more money to watch WWE. And it's funny because the night gets sort of better, sort of worse. Moreover, more people would say worse. So, moving on to the well, actually, I kind of skipped over something. I kind of skipped over the little panel of guest stars or guest judges, which was like Renee Young, Booker T, Corey Graves, and Alex Riley or Tom Phillips or one of them. I have really no clue. I don't really fucking pay them attention. So yeah, if I butchered their names, I'm kind of sorry to them if they end up watching this. If not, then who really gives a damn? Considering I'm pretty sure no one else watched the little guest panel because it's like because as far as I'm concerned, the only person on that panel that people really give a flying fuck about is Corey Graves. And Corey Graves, if you're actually watching this and you actually do see this, then I just want you to know I'm a huge fan of yours. I enjoy your work. Sad as hell that they won't let you wrestle anymore. But I still say you should come on. You should come up to Raw and SmackDown and replace Jerry the King Lawler because Jerry the King Lawler is just one of those old men who likes to perv on younger women. So yeah. So now let's move on to the first official match on the card for the Royal Rumble, which was the lame ass version of Ascension. Now Ascension originally consisted of Connor, who was Connor O'Brien, um, Kenneth Cameron, who is currently known as Bram in TNA, Ricardo Rodriguez, who was known for being the announcer for Alberto Del Rio, Raquel Diaz, who is known as Eddie and Vicky's daughter, and Tito Ortiz, who was known as Epico back then, and then is currently known as one of the people from Los Matadores. I'm not really fucking sure. So yeah, the knockoff lame ass version of Ascension would consist of Connor and Victor faced off against former tag team champions and maybe sometime in the near future Hall of Famers. Probably, I'm not sure if they aren't not, but or aren't currently. But Road Dogg Jesse James and Billy Gunn, yeah, they faced off against them. And it's funny because Ascension actually ended up kicking their asses and getting the win. And that's a surprising match considering, well, they managed to take down the former tag team and everyone booed their head off because they were in Philadelphia. And everyone from who isn't from Philadelphia knows that Philadelphia doesn't really give two shits about anything else besides from what they personally care about. So it could be John Cena versus Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler. And that could be the main event of the evening. Every other match on the card, they probably won't give two shits about because they don't really like those people. So yeah, and it's funny because Ascension actually managed to get the win despite Jiggly Butt Layfield. Wait, no, that's not him. Just a Big Loser. No, that's not him either. Joker's Bad Lesbian. No, that's not him. No, John Bradshaw Layfield. There we go. John Bradshaw Layfield's biased commentating, biased announcing, over there saying that this match is the first match Connor and Victor have had that where they've actually beat someone that matters. Okay, so let me get this straight. Two guys who were brought up from NXT who spent their entire damn career in NXT revolutionizing the tag team roster. And now they were brought up here to Raw and SmackDown. And just because they say they were better than, was it Legion of Doom? Everyone pissed a bitch, and it's like, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not true. So now everyone shits on them, and yet won't give them credit for the fact that they are the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions, holding those two belts, which were held by Adrian Neville, Corey Graves, my bad. I keep on saying Cody for some odd reason. Uh, Corey Graves, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and that's basically about it. Until Sin Cara and Kalisto got the belt and then dropped the titles to what's it? Blake Murphy or Blake and Murphy, Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. Yeah, them on NXT tonight. However, that was known the 18th of January. All you had to do was just fucking look on Wikipedia and it would have told you. So all the people who are shocked as hell to see that Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy won the NXT Tag Team Championships, all you had to do was look on Wikipedia, and they basically spoiled the whole show for you. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's a really good call from JBL over there talking about how that was the first win that the Ascension had that actually meant something, considering they were tag team champions for 364 fucking days. Seriously? Seriously. You were the longest reigning tag team champions in NXT history. And the only reason you lost your belts is because of distraction from two indie superstars who are bigger than John Cena. And yes, I will say that now, in case people get pissed off. I'm talking about Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, formerly known as Kenta and Virgil Devitt. Yes, I'm an Indies fan. Yes, I've watched Ring of Honor. Yes, I've watched New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yes, I've watched AAA. Yes, I watched Lucha Underground, which comes on the El Rey network on Wednesdays at 8. And then after that, it's a bunch of repeats from episodes they've shown before. So, yeah, I can actually over say who's actually has talent and who doesn't. Hell, I was the one who basically called Ryback joining forces with Paul Heyman back like 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago. I called that. I also called Curtis. I also called uh, Curtis Axel being with the next Paul Heyman guy. No one fucking guessed it. I did. And I'm not calling myself psychic. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou and I know fucking everything. I just had a hunch, and I never said anything. And I told friends of mine that Ryback would be the next Paul Heyman guy, and everyone was like, "Oh well, no, that's not gonna happen. Oh, that's not gonna happen." And then when it happened, people were shocked as fuck, and I'm just sitting over there with a smug ass look on my face saying, "I told you so." Or in the case of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, I informed you thusly. So yeah. So moving on, Jimmy and Jay Uso, or as they like to be called, the Ooh. Okay, so what? So, that was y'all. So the Usos took on self-proclaimed moneymaker and movie star, if you actually really want to call him that, considering none of his movies ever made it to the theaters. Considering what the Marines stopped being popular after Ted DiBiase Jr. took over the role for John Cena. That was what the second Marine movie that made it into theaters. And so it was John Cena's made it to theaters, and then Ted DiBiase Jr.'s made it to theaters. So what? Anyway, the Usos took on The Miz and his completely underrated and talented stunt double Damien Mizdow. Now, unfortunately, no matter how hard Philadelphia cheered for Mizdow to help Miz recapture the tag team championships, they weren't able to get the pinfall. The Usos managed to retain the tag team championships, and so now we're just gonna move on to the Divas tag team championships. Oh joy, oh joy, oh joy, oh joy, oh joy! Now, in this first ever tag team Divas match going on at, and now for the first ever Divas tag team championship match to ever go on for the Royal Rumble. And I'm talking currently, not the old school Divas when the Divas division actually meant shit. I'm talking currently, the current ones who doesn't really give count now, considering the only Divas worth mentioning are like Natalya, Paige, Brie Bella, and basically that's it. So now, this match was a shocker, and this match had very little build-up. And by very little, I mean we were told about it once on Raw, and after that we didn't really get told jack shit about it. And when I mean jack shit, I'm over there saying to those people who don't watch Total Divas like myself, I don't really give two shits about Total Divas. You can boo me all you want, you can thumb me down for that, but the show's actually complete no shit. So yeah. Anyway, this match is not for the WWE Divas Tag Team Championships, and this video is actually a a little hint to Vince McMahon or Triple H or whoever the one actually comes up with the ideas for belts. Let's just over there say we need a Tag Team Divas Championship. I mean, come on, Nikki and Brie, they could actually kick shit off though for that belt. So yeah. Anyway, this match features the Divas Champion, who is basically just a giant pair of breasts. Ooh, shocker. Giant pair of breasts, and her talented, and I'm guessing now heel. And for those wrestling fans who don't know what a heel is a bad guy. No, not the bad guy like Roman Reigns. What's his name? Razor Ramon. I'm talking about a bad person. Like the kind of person who will walk up behind you and hit you in the back of the head with a fucking steel chair. Just because. I'm guessing Brie is now a heel, and she is going up against the very sexy and talented diva, and I already called dibs on her. So everyone else who's watching this, you better back the fuck off. She's mine. I call dibs. Mine. And Paige and T.J. Wilson, I mean Tyson Kidd's wife, Natalya Neidhart, or Wilson, or Kidd, whatever. Let's just leave it at Natalya. Unfortunately, the giant pair of boos with the Divas Championship and her talented and evil sister, Brie, beat my future wife, Paige, and Natalya. So now we move on to the real main event of the evening. The match every single person has been waiting for. No, I'm not talking about the Royal Rumble. Yeah, you actually thought I was about to talk about the Royal Rumble. No, that match complete and other shit. You'll find out why. Just keep watching. If you made it this far, then keep on watching. Um, the real main event of the evening was the match I talked about earlier. If you go back and listen, that match is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match between the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, the WWE's version of Superman in John Cena, and the wild card, the dual-haired badass, and the man who cursed off both of his opponents in this match, Seth Rollins. Now I'm going to stop and I'm going to let every single person, go ahead and play that old as hell Rolling song by Limp Bizkit, because I know that's what the hell is going to come, considering his name is Rollins. And then we're going to go, oh, it's Seth Rollins. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Piss off. So, now, earlier in this video, I said that this match is a key concept in a 4 out of 10 pay-per-view. Now, I said that mainly because Seth Rollins seems to be the only one carrying the actual match with actual fucking wrestling. Now, I really want to go up and point out to that whole Macho Man style elbow drop he hit on Brock Lesnar. Or as Paul Heyman likes to call him, Barack Lesnar. Okay, whatever. Now, that elbow drop was something on point and actually caused Brock Lesnar to go crashing through the announce table, which is actually something we haven't really seen done in a while. I mean, and I'm talking about a small guy putting a big guy through the announce table. I'm not talking about the announce table actually breaking, considering every fucking pay-per-view, the announce table has been broken. Yeah. So, there was that one, and then Seth Rollins turned around and outdid himself again in this match when he hit a Phoenix Splash onto John Cena. Now, that move was so awesome, the announcers had nothing to say about it. Now, you know you pulled off an awesome as hell move when even the announcers don't know what the hell to say. Now, and as he was kicking so much booty in this match, yes, I'm gonna start censoring myself because I'm pretty sure I don't want this video to be flagged. Him kicking so much booty, it gave Lesnar a chance to heal himself up just long enough to sneak back into the ring, and he got his booty kicked by Seth Rollins. Now, Seth was there to catch him and beat him down, and just when we think Seth Rollins was just about to cash his ticket and become the first former Shield member to win the singles title that was the United States Championship. Yes, take that, Dean Ambrose. And unfortunately, we were cut short by Brock Lesnar, who actually jumped up quick as heck and caught him and delivered a thunderous F5 and picked up the victory, retaining. Bad news is Seth Rollins isn't WWE Champion. Good news is John Cena isn't WWE Champion. So it's kind of a win-win or win-lose, whichever one you want to see it as. So now we actually move to the match that pissed everybody off. And by everyone, I mean mainly WWE fans. And WWE fans are fickle as heck. So everything pisses them off for a reason. And I'm talking also Philadelphia, because Philadelphia is fickle as heck. Considering, what was it? John Cena back in Philly. I think it was ECW One Night Stand back in '06. I think right around the time Rob Van Dam was won the Mr. Money in the Bank. And that was around the whole ECW Raw vs. SmackDown thing, when ECW was its own brand, still under WWE. And So RVD won the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashed it in, wanted to cash it in for an official match against John Cena. And John Cena came out and did his normal thing where he walks out there and he throws it, takes off his hat and he throws it into the crowd. And someone called it and they just chucked it back at him. And then he pulled off his shirt and he threw it into the crowd. And then someone caught it and they threw it back to him. And he picked it up and he threw it back into the crowd. And then the crowd picked it up and they threw it right back to him. And they showed the camera on who the guy was. And the Cena threw it one last time. The guy grabbed the T-shirt, wiped his butt with it, and then threw it right back to Cena. So, the Royal Rumble. The Roman Reigns wins. Oh, my bad about that. Sorry. As winner, get sick. Everyone getting sick right now. So, yeah. So we kick off the Royal Rumble with the reunion between Awesome Truth, which, for those of you who don't remember, going back 4 years now, it was The Miz and a bad guy, R-Truth, who felt the need to come out wearing a, was it the Southern General outfit? I don't know how many people actually remember that. I kind of remember it because it was actually weird as heck. But regardless, uh, they came out. Miz was number one. R-Truth was number two. And and it's funny because R-Truth actually managed to get the fans to actually yell out "What's up?" And that's funny because it's hard as hell to get Philly fans to like you if you're not ECW original. And of course, speaking of ECW originals, the third person to enter the Royal Rumble match was ECW's own Bully Ray. No. My bad. No, sorry. Not Bully Ray. Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray Dudley. Who, even though it's the exact same thing, just different companies and you're the same damn guy, you have to go by a different name. He's back to using Bubba Ray Dudley and entered at number 3. And Bubba Ray proceeded to be the spokesperson for ECW. And I mean the good ECW that ended back in 2001. I'm talking that one. Not the crappy reboot version of ECW, which was just the WWE brand of crappy version 2.0 of, like, I don't know what, Heat, Velocity, one of those two shows, or People Now, Superstars, Main Event, Saturday Morning Slam, something like that. So Bubba was number 3. Luke Harper, was number 4. By the time Luke Harper came out, Bubba Ray had thrown out The Miz and R-Truth, ending the chance of us having a black WWE champion. Now, I want to go ahead and stop for a second to say, yes, I am not counting The Rock, because The Rock is Samoan. Yes, he's part black, but I mean 100% black. I'm talking Ezekiel Jackson black. I'm talking Biggie Langston black. I'm talking Xavier Woods black. I'm not talking half black, half white, half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, half Hawaiian, half Samoan. I mean 100% pure black. As black as I am. And I'm a black person, so yeah. So, yeah, I want everyone to shut the hell up about me over there saying that. Yes, I mean shut the hell up, not shut the heck up, but whatever. Um, After Luke Harper came out, it was the ear of worlds, Bray Wyatt. And Bray proceeded to clean house. And it was awesome. Oh, man, that was awesome. After Bray Wyatt came out and beat the hell out of a bunch of people, the 6th person to come out was Curtis Axel. However, Curtis Axel never actually made it to the ring and was never eliminated. So I say what we need to do for SmackDown tomorrow is have a match between Curtis Axel and Roman Reigns to give Axel a complete fair chance at being the guy to go to WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. Because I know people are pissed off as hell about Curtis Axel not getting his fair shot. Mainly because everyone now hates Roman Reigns. Anyway, Curtis Axel was number 5. He was the 5th guy to come out, never made it to the ring. Reason why he never made it is because he was attacked by Eric Rowan. Yes, the orange bearded dude who wore the sheep mask and never really talked in the Bray Wyatt family promos. So yeah, no, Bray Wyatt was number 5. Curtis Axel was number 6. My apologies. I'm kind of losing count, and I don't really care about the whole damn match. So yeah. After it's like Eric Rowan came out and Philadelphia erupted in cheers because they thought it was about to be a Wyatt family reunion and everything was going to be all happy and proud and everyone was going to love it. And then it turned out that Eric Rowan has hostile feelings against Luke Harper and he attacked them both, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. And then we sensed dissension in the Wyatt family reunion. And then that happens, and then Bray Wyatt proceeded to throw out both of his brothers, as we go, and he threw out both Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Now, Bray Wyatt was on a roll, taking out Boogeyman, who returned to number 7, Sin Cara, who came out as number 8, Zack Ryder, who was number 9, Daniel Bryan at number 10, and he cleaned the clocks on all of them. And now, before anyone actually goes and comments, Daniel Bryan did actually eliminate somebody. I'll get to that later. So now, moving on to number 11. It is the Dark Dango, Van Dumba. No, that's not it. Fandango. Oh, no. Van Doodle. No. Van Dosh Durango. Van Danny DeVito. Van Dingo. Van Wango Tango. There we go, Fandango. There we go, sorry, I'm channeling my inner Chris Jericho. Sorry about that, yeah. Anyway, Fandango entered and actually held his own in the ring. Tyson Kidd, who wrestled earlier in the night, actually came in at number 12, as Fandango was number 11. As the man no one remembers was a champion in WWE. So after him, Tyson Kidd, was Stardust. Tyson Kidd was also eliminated by Daniel Bryan, who was in turn eliminated by Bray Wyatt. So, yeah. At 14 came a has-been in Diamond Dallas Page. And he is up there in that little list I have of former superstars who haven't been seen in like 10, 15 years, who don't really do jack crap except for come back like the Royal Rumble or like reunion shows just to remind people who the hell they were. And I'm looking especially at like guys like Brooklyn Brawler, who hasn't been like seen since like ever. And then like he came back at like, what was it, Raw 1000 or prior to like Raw 1000 when Heath Slater was sitting over there challenging legends, and he was one of the ones he beat. So at 15 came the man who was awesome as hell despite being hated in Rusev. Now, following Rusev at number 16 is the half brother of Cody Rhodes, aka the completely stupid gimmick. And when I say this, I mean stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid gimmick of Stardust. Goldust. Kofi Kingston got his chance to return to the Royal Rumble, and everyone knows how much we all like Kofi Kingston because of his never say die attitude And the fact that every single time he gets into a Royal Rumble, he always figures out some way to get back into the ring without being eliminated. Whether it was being thrown out and then him landing on the steel steps, or that time he jumped and he landed on the barricade. No, that was John Morrison. No, that time he used Booker T's an outshare as a polo stick and bounced his way back to the ring and slid under the ropes and kept on going. Kofi is awesome. Now, Kofi got his chance to continue at number 17. 18 was Adam Rose. Yay! Adam Rose, everybody! Let's hear you all cheer! Adam Rose! Adam Rose. Yeah, I don't give a shit about him either. Regardless, let me say this. Fandango, Diamond Dallas Page, Kofi Kingston, Adam Rose. All eliminated by Rusev. After Adam Rose came Roman Reigns. You hear me? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, goddammit. Now, Roman Reigns came at number 19. Eliminated Stardust, Goldust, and Rusev. Former NXT champion Big E came in at number 20. Mizdow was number 21, and everyone cheered their heads off despite Miz trying to take his place. Big E and Mizdow were booted by Rusev. 22 was Jack Swagger, a man who a former World Heavyweight Champion and former United States Champion. Excuse me, sorry. That's kind of how I feel about when I'm watching the Jack Swagger match. Anyway, no one really cares. Anyway, number 23 was the big guy, Ryback. And now I'm sure everyone by now watching this sitting over there chanting, "Feed me more," just like I am, because I'm a huge Ryback fan. Love Ryback. No homo. No gay thoughts here. Now, anytime you see me doing one of these videos and I say I love a guy, I love a superstar, don't ever come and go, "Oh, well, he's gay." Ha ha ha. No, not funny. You do that, and I will delete your comment, and I will boot your ass. I will hit your ass with a discus big boot. It's impossible. Go to YouTube, type in discus big boot WWE 2K15, and you will see what I will do to you. Do not call me gay. Not gay. No gay. Anyway, 24 was the big red sellout, Kane. Boo. You suck. Now, number 25 was Dean Ambrose. Personal favorite of mine. Dean. Screw you guys. Anyway, at 26, we had Titus O'Neil, or as I like to call him, Titus. Screw you guys. Douchebags. At 27, we have a former contender to the WWE Championship and the current Intercontinental Championship, who, according to Michael Cole, is a 5-time Intercontinental Champion and is 4 Intercontinental Championship reigns away from tying with the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, the best in the world of exactly what he does. Now, what he does exactly isn't known. Chris Jericho. In Bad News Barrett. Barrett was number 27. At 28, we have former United States champion Cesaro, who competed tonight as well in the pre-show. Not that probably anyone really watched. At number 29, we had Big Show, who thought that just because he's a giant, he was going to walk in, throw everyone over the ropes, and win. Yeah, no. Yeah, just because you're a giant doesn't exactly mean jack squat. Because it's like, if you're a giant, then that means, oh, we all remember every single Royal Rumble was won by the Big Show. Every single one of them. Every single freaking Royal Rumble was won by Big Show. Yes, there's no need to look it up and approve of it and validate it because it is always true that the Big Show has won every single Royal Rumble. Every single freaking one. You know. Now the number 30 spot was given to the former World Heavyweight Champion, former Intercontinental, former United States, former Tag Team Champion, and the guy people wanted to win the Royal Rumble aside from Daniel Bryan, the natural, the show off, the hashtag heel or the hashtag babyface, Dolph Ziggler. Fortunately, Ziggler didn't win. For number 19, Big E was eliminated by Rusev. Mizdow was eliminated by Rusev. Jack Swagger was eliminated by the Big Show. Ryback was eliminated by Kane and Big Show. Kane was eliminated by Roman Reigns along with Big Show. Dean Ambrose was knocked out by Big Show, and then him and Kane tossed him out. Titus O'Neil was thrown out by Ambrose and Reigns, prior to Ambrose getting knocked the hell out by Big Show. Bad News Barrett and Cesaro. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Anyone, Dolph Ziggler, Bad News Barrett and Cesaro were eliminated by, what was it, Rusev, I think. Let's see, Cesaro. Uh, yeah, Cesaro and Bad News Bear were both eliminated by Dolph Ziggler. Now, Dolph was tossed out by Kane and Big Show after Show punched his lights out. And then Big Show was tossed out by Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns won, and then Kane and Big Show were pissed the hell off because of it. So instead of just walking away like two true grown people who know, okay, we lost the match fair and square, we're just gonna go ahead and go back, he'll head to the back like everyone else. No, we're gonna sit over there and we're gonna cut off your entrance music and we're gonna beat the living crap out of you just because you beat us. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that actually happened. Roman Reigns got snot beat out of him for a little while up until we all heard the music of The Rock, who came down and helped out his cousin. Now, we're going to stop right here in order to remind you all that I believe 2 Royal Rumbles ago, when The Rock had returned after a 10, 11-year freaking hiatus, he jumped over every single person who had been there during the 10, 11 years Rock was gone to deserve a shot at the WWE Championship. The Rock hopped over all of them and got a spot. Now, funny thing is, if you watched NXT last week, then you remember that William Regal over there said that he didn't want Kevin Owens to to have a championship shot because he doesn't want him jumping over people who've already been here. Now, the sad thing is, NXT is owned by WWE. Trying to figure out why the frick that mentality wasn't used for The Rock. Now, there's no hate on The Rock. I like The Rock. I like The Rock more than I like John Cena. However, when you've been gone 10, 11 years, and then for some odd reason you just come back in order to remain relevant, and then you beat a guy who's held the belt for longer than anyone in the past 25 years, that's when you kind of tick me off. So, Roman Reigns has won the Royal Rumble. The Rock supports him, and The Rock came out to help him out. And this is even after Rusev came back and kicked the living crap out of Roman Reigns, and I'm sure all of Philadelphia cheered for that. And now we all know that Roman Reigns has won the Royal Rumble. Yay! Listen to Philadelphia cheer. Yeah, you can hear it. They're going, woo! No, seriously, go play the footage. Go play the footage. You'll hear them go, woo! I'm sure that's what you're cheering. You can't be cheering anything else. I mean, we're all supposed to love Roman Reigns. Now, the drawback for the entire pay-per-view is the fact that the fans wanted Daniel Bryan to go on to Mania and then possibly face John Cena in a rematch for the WWE Championship in order to get his belt back that he was screwed out of at Extreme Rules. Or was it? I think it was Payback last year. Payback 2014. And when he was attacked by Kane and was forced to relinquish the WWE Championship, and so now everyone's like, oh, well, Daniel Bryan deserves a shot. Now, let me say this. Before anyone goes and thumbs this video down, listen. Listen with your ears. Listen with your brain. Listen. I believe Roman Reigns deserves a chance. I am not saying he has to win. I'm saying give him a fair shake. I mean, look. He might not be on the mic as talented as Dean Ambrose. He might not be as talented and as gifted in the ring as Seth Rollins, but still, let him have a fair shot. Because everyone is sitting over here going, oh, well, he's not ready, or oh, we don't like him, or oh, he doesn't deserve to be champion. And let me just say this. It's not really about whether or not he's ready to be WWE champion. It's moreover, is he able to hold and conduct himself like a champion? Because despite what the WWE fans think, it's not up to them. It's not up to you on whether or not a superstar is actually ready to be a WWE champion. Because in all honesty, half the fans who watch don't really know two craps about booking talent. Because all of you all would sit over there and y'all would push Daniel Bryan to the moon while ignoring talent who actually could do better. And then there's a bunch of you all who think John Cena is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But let me remind you of something. This fool went on live TV and said he was going to win the WWE Championship off Brock Lesnar and then take it home. Newsflash. We already have a champion who has the belt and is sitting at home with it. His name is Brock Lesnar. What the hell's the point of Brock Lesnar coming and defending the WWE Championship when only thing is that he's going to defend the championship against you, drop it to you, so you can take it home and sit with it. What sense does that make? None. And now, I'm going to jump back onto the topic of Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Everyone, listen. I'm not counting out Daniel Bryan. I'm saying I do not personally think Daniel Bryan is the right candidate for fighting Brock Lesnar. Now, what I mean to say is that compare Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan. Now, it's not just size. Brock Lesnar has power and speed behind him. So, even with Bryan's kicking ability and all that technical prowess and all that he has, is what's going to happen is that Daniel Bryan's going to kick him. Lesnar's going to catch his leg, grab him, and repeat what he did to John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. Now the suplex be lifting hell out of him. And when Daniel Bryan can barely get up to stand, he's going to get hit with a thunderous F5, and Lesnar is going to hold on to the belt. That's the one thing you idiotic fans do not understand. Listen, Daniel Bryan is talented. I'm not counting him out. I'm saying he is not the right person to face him. Now, think about it. As injured as he was when he faced off against Kane, after Kane tombstoned him on the steps, and on the announce table, and on the ground, do you really think Daniel Bryan was full health after he would miss about 9, 10 months of action. Now, Brock Lesnar has been known to injure his talent, his opponents. Do you really think Brock Lesnar is going to give two craps about Daniel Bryan? No. He's going to sit over there and he's going to ragdoll him all around the Levi Stadium. And then he's going to sit over there and just keep on throwing him around like he's a toy. Now, you can all moan, and complain that Daniel Bryan deserves a shot, and yes, he does. Just not against Brock Lesnar. Now, there's no way Daniel Bryan is just going to walk into Levi Stadium on whenever the frick the date for WrestleMania is, and then just look Brock Lesnar in the eye, slap him in the face, and tell him to give him back his title. That ain't going to happen. Now, I want you all to remember something. When the frick has Daniel Bryan ever beat someone who's like 5 times his size? Couldn't beat Big Show. Couldn't beat Mark Henry. Now, I'm not counting those escapes and steel cage matches that he won. I'm not counting those. I mean actual pinfall matches that he won with talent. And this is regardless of him being a bad guy. I'm saying with his wrestling prowess, how many guys had Daniel Bryan beaten at like 5 times his size? He's about my height, and then he's facing off against a dude who's about the same height as Shaq. Not gonna happen. Now, I mean he's beaten Kane, but come on. Everyone knows Kane is getting up there in age, where his wrestling skills started to deteriorate, and he's getting too old to finish. Now, this is not a crack at Kane. I like Kane. Kane, if you're watching this, I apologize, Mr. Jacobs. I'm sorry. This is just kind of the truth. This is Nerd Rage. I sit up there and I explain everything that I believe is fact. Now, people can hate it. People can agree with it. It doesn't really matter. This is my opinion. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I like Kane. But he's getting up there in age like his brother Undertaker, which is kind of why Undertaker hasn't been seen since last year's WrestleMania when the streak was broken. So yeah, I think that Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is going to be a good WrestleMania match. Who knows? Maybe at Fastlane, Daniel Bryan will get added into the match. We don't know. So stop pissing and moaning and whining and give it some time. Okay? Alright. So yeah, that is my take on the Royal Rumble of 2015. Hope everyone here enjoyed it. My review on it. If not, you can piss off. I don't really care. Everyone has an opinion, and opinions are like assholes. It is best to thrive, to not be one. So anyway, my name is Jolt. You can call me Jeremy. You can call me Jerry. I prefer Jolt if I'm on YouTube. If you see me in person, holla at a brother. Alright? And this has been Nerd Rage. Stay golden, people. Alright. Deuces.